Let's wheelie!
I get dirty thoughts about you. They get worse when I'm
You can do some motorcycle riding. You like motorcycle riding?
Or are you thinking them as well? When I'm lonely, all the corners of my mind start racing. Things that should be kept in the basement.
But wheelies are for everybody. You don't have to be a wheelie king to have a good time.
2, 1.
Welcome back. Today we're gonna have 5 tips of making a good wheelie. But first, I want to welcome the new visitors to the channel and the subscribers too. And if you like the content of this vlog here, go ahead and subscribe. Why not? Give it a thumbs up. My first introduction to wheelies when I was just a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, watching that movie on any Sunday.
Wow.
Goal! Do you remember that movie? At the beginning, there was a little 11 or 12-year-old boy riding that wheelie on the bicycle. He rode that wheelie for about 1 or 2 minutes, and that was pretty exciting. And at the Speedway, there was Danny Berserko Becker. Do you remember him? He's riding a wheelie on that crash wall. He was crossed out. He was riding a wheelie. That was exciting. The wheelies became pretty cool. Do you remember Doug DeMocas? He was the wheelie king. He's cool. And at the Anaheim Supercross several years ago, Doug DeMocas did that wheelie show. He was riding over the cars, riding over the track. Doug DeMocas was the king of wheelies, and it got everyone excited. Wheelies are really cool. Because of Doug DeMocas, wheelies are just pure fun. When I was racing the Speedway, when I would win a main event, how I would celebrate every main event victory was I would do the wheelies. This Honda 300L, you can do wheelies also, but you gotta keep it in first gear. Today we're gonna talk about 5 tips of doing wheelies and how you can improve. Tip number 1 is throttle control. Here's the throttle of the motorcycle. You want to have that control, because too much throttle, you will flip the bike over. That was me in 2005 when I flipped the bike. I flipped the bike because I gave it too much throttle. I was holding that flag, I flipped it. So you gotta control how much throttle you give it, because that determines how high you go on the wheelie. So once you get to a certain point of the wheelie, don't give it more throttle, just keep it eased off, keep that throttle at a steady pace, keep that wheelie going. Tip number 2 is the balance. See, the bike is balanced like this. You want to keep your body straight. You don't want to have your body leaning during the wheelie. You want to keep your balance straight with the bike. So your body is here, the bike is centered, and we want to keep our balance perfectly. Tip number 3 is using this rear brake right here. And one of the wheelie kings, Jimmy Gentili, he has a speed record for the fastest wheelie. It was like 105 miles an hour. Important to have this, use this brake to control. So if you're going up too far or going over, you put your foot on the brake and you ease that bike down a little bit. So tip number 3 is using the rear brake. Tip number 4 is practice. Practice makes perfect, right? And it's important to practice. You get to learn your machine. You get to know exactly how it works when you're doing that wheelie. Some bikes are very heavy front end. It's hard to do the wheelie. However, if you have this enduro, you can do that wheelie, and you need to practice. One of the things that I learned is that having a stock motorcycle, like a stock Honda, like the 300L, it's really nice because the consistency of the engine, the piston, it rides really nice. And if you bore that machine out, if you bore it and you do engine work, it changes everything. So keep that bike stock, do a nice wheelie. Tip number 5 is observance. Observance of those wheelie kings, those people who know how to do wheelies, like Doug DeMocas. I did a few shows on Doug DeMocas, and he's just really good. You can watch it on the channel. And Doug DeMocas, he shows you how the art of the balance is doing the wheelie. So you want to watch these guys who are really professionals, these guys who mastered the art of wheelies. Observe them, watch them. Watch Doug DeMocas' wheelies. Watch him in San Francisco when he climbs up Lombard Street, goes over cars. You can see the balance. But observance, number 5, is very important to learning how to do wheelies. Let's wheelie. You can observe my wheelies. Of course, I'm no Doug DeMocas, but wheelies are for everybody. You don't have to be a wheelie king to have a good time. You just have to get on the bike and have fun.
I get dirty thoughts about you. They get worse when I'm without you. Does that mean that I'm going to hell? Or are you thinking I'm as well? Oh, I get dirty thoughts about you. They're so strong that I'm about to say them all to you out loud.
Give it to me like.
So you might wonder, why is the 300L so cool? Because you can do a lot of fun stuff with the 300L.